Good morning, good morning. It is Lydia on the go. It is July 10th. Okay, we are day 10 of our Staircase Chronicle. I'm gonna need to make sure I turn on this light moving forward. But it is Thursday and it is early. Oh, pat on the back. Yay. For those who stick to certain things, you gotta pat yourself on the back sometime. As I shared, I was struggling getting up early enough before like 6 o'clock to walk. And it was maybe around 3 o'clock in the morning or 4. And my big toe on my right foot was aching. I don't know. It's just it felt like a pin was like poking me on the toe. And it was hurting around the whole area. I don't know if, I have a tendency to put stand on my toe, not really stand, but sit on my toes when I'm on my desk, on my chair. But I don't know, sometimes I get it, not always. It's just one of those things that usually happens randomly. And I'm like, no, I plan to go for a walk. So it was 5 o'clock when I woke up and I started feeling the pain. So I was like, okay, let me just sleep through it and then get up around 6. I got up, it was 6:18, and I was like, oh my gosh, this pain is throbbing. Even though I hate taking medication, I do it because I don't like pain, really. So I took an Advil, and I was like, nope, we're about to go for a walk, even if we do 30 minutes, even though I am limping. I was legit limping. We're going to do it because the pain will eventually go away. And when I come back, I'll just make sure I just do the 30-minute walk. I won't add anything to it or put anything additional. So I did get up and leave the house by 6:30 because I had my workout clothes and my sneakers at the door. So I went ahead and I walked very slowly because the pain, I didn't press too forward on my front of my feet, but I still managed to do it. The pain is not as bad because I think the medication is it's like the nerves, of course. It's not as bad. So I am glad that I did. I am. I'm still sweating. I'm gonna go take a nice shower, start the day. I did remember yesterday I had to do some personal training for my project, and I failed to submit an email. And as I'm coming towards the house, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm processing the email that I wrote, and I'm like, did I ever send it? And I did not. I was trying to commit to the 5 o'clock because I say if somebody sends me an email at 4:30, I'm not taking care of it. But because I'm covering for a colleague, I wanted to address it for the customer. But darn, I wrote it out and I did not submit it because I think I just started logging off. Even if I had did it that night, it would have been helpful. But oh well, it is one of those things that happen and you darn, and just go ahead and take care of it and then be done with it. It does what it does. And the old me would be like, oh my God, I didn't send it. And now in my email, I would have let the client know, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't, I wrote this up and then send it. You know what I mean? Just so that they can have an understanding that I really wanted to address this. But nobody really cares of what you wanted to do. They care about what was actually done. So I am out of the habit, or trying to stay away from the habit of, even though my intentions again was great, I wrote it up and really wanted them to have the information. But unfortunately, what they got was not the email. They did not get the email yesterday. So unfortunately, they're going to have to get it today. And I think this is something that God is opening up my eyes, that your intentions to do something is far away from doing it. It's far away from doing it. And sometimes it is an excuse, or it's kind of just being lazy with it, not just being lazy with the intent. Yes, as long as I have the intent, that's all that matters. And the action is, yeah, you attempted, you were going to, you had all, it just didn't happen. But that excuse cannot go on for too long. And that includes my walking, my ability to say, hey, I'm waking up late, the bed is uncomfortable. Yeah, I intended to walk outside, but until I actually got up and did it. It's just an intention. It's just something that's just in the air, spoken into existence, but not actually done. So I was like, you know what? Unfortunately, when I didn't do what I intended to do, I can't blame nobody else but myself. And then I give myself the grace and make sure I fix it. I do it because I know it needs to be done. I needed to finish those training yesterday, and for some reason I was watching something else. And now this morning I'm up early, and then I'm like, you know what? Instead of hopping into work, because it's not my time to go to work yet, let's go ahead and finish those trainings, at least get most of them done. And the more I sit on things that are important, the more behind I'll be. So if you feel the same way, like really understand the intention and the action. I put it a lot when I'm like seeing someone and then they are like lacking, hey, the actual call. You didn't call me, but saying that, oh, I meant to call you, but you didn't, doesn't mean you actually did. So it's really about fostering your commitment to yourself and your commitment to certain things. So I think there's this book by Mel Robbins. I think it's like 15-second rule or some kind of rule. I never read it, but I heard the gist of it. And it's just saying, if something comes to mind for you to do, make sure you do it within the next few seconds or a minute or so, because if you let that time span, you will allow a lot of things to come into the place of the thought, and then nothing gets done. So, and I struggle with that kind of management with some of my work, because something that comes pressing, I will go ahead and jump on it and forget what I had already started. So let that be something to think about when you are faced with, yes, I intended to do that, or I already started, but knowing that if it's not done, it's just not done. It's just not done. And for you to put yourself, correct it as soon as possible and then move on. Yeah, move on. So I'm going to make sure I get a head start on my day, get that training done, and go back to regular work. It is Thursday and one more day till Friday. Yay. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.